Hi. Do I need the microphone? Can you hear me all right? I'm pretty loud. Everyone can hear me shouting, right. So yeah, I've got this, so Democratic Vistas, I was thinking how I could be more Whitmanian. One thing is I wore the red, white and blue. Hey. USA! And the other thing was like, how can I be like Whitman? And I was like, I know, I will indulge myself remorselessly. What is it? I celebrate myself and sing myself, and what I assume, you should assume. So, I am going to read, I've got a new book coming out. It's not out yet, so I can't send it to you, but it's coming out in May. It is called The Dinner Party, a book about love. And it's got like 5 sections, each one is about one of the like different kinds of Greek love. And it's a book that I didn't so much like write as kind of assemble over quite a long period. So there's stuff here. The oldest poems in this book are 20 years old. I started writing them in 2007, 19 years. And they've never been published. And I have read them exactly once in 2016. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking read them. Because I feel like 25-year-old me would be fucking like so pleased at the idea that this weird shit that she was doing would be being read in like a cool factory poetry gig in New York like fucking 20 years later. She'd be like, whoa. So I'm indulging myself. I hope you'll indulge me. I've timed this out at a bit under 9 minutes, so I think I have time for a short preamble. In 2007, I had recently moved to Sheffield. I don't know how much you guys know about the UK. I grew up and I've lived all my life till then in London, which is obviously a big city. And Sheffield is a kind of northern city. It's kind of in the Peak District. It's very beautiful. It really fucking seemed like the middle of fucking nowhere to me. I was like, wow, this is rural, man. There's fucking trees and shit. So I was kind of having this, I was also having the experience. I'd like been transitioned, I don't know, 6 or 7 years at that point, but I kind of had sex with a bunch of guys, but I was kind of thinking, oh, I guess maybe I want to like also maybe have romantic entanglements with women. Maybe that is kind of the direction I'm heading in. So I got to Sheffield and I was like, I should try and maybe like, be a lesbian or something. Which, whatever, Turf Island in 2007, I can tell you it did not go well. Attempting to sleep with cis lesbians as a transsexual in Sheffield in 2007 was a bad idea. Anyway, so of course I wrote about this at the time, and with typical clarity and straightforwardness, what I wrote was a series of pastoral poems in the style of Virgil or maybe Andrew Marvell. Yeah, well done me. Makes total sense. I mean, they're kind of a parody, they're kind of a joke, I think, or they're kind of intended to be a joke. The way I always kind of envisaged them was that maybe I'd be like on stage in like Roman dress, kind of some kind of toga or something, with like some little like wooden sheep bobbing around behind me. Something ridiculous. Cast: the poet on stage, some sheep on stage, assorted deities, nymphs and shepherdesses off stage, diverse aristocrats in the audience. That's you. So I'm not going to read them all, but I'm going to read maybe like 11 of them and see how we go. The first one is her exordium. The exordium is the beginning of a speech, the kind of announcement of the themes. So here we go. Her exordium. In nature, doubleness is reconciled. You find green thoughts like saplings growing wild around your feet. Our wisdom knows no art can comfort so the fraught and riven heart. I come to treat my lords of country things. It is of natural life this poet sings, as innocent of all civil distresses, it's lived among the sheep and shepherdesses. And so then the story begins. The poet comes to Arcadia in the spring. Birdsong fills my ears. Step by step with care I descend the rocky slope. Sunbeams come and go. I note these tiny flowers growing everywhere, red and pink and white, with names I do not know. Like them, I think, I open in the gentle air. I've wintered in the city, huddling about below the useless eaves and dodging bites, lugging despair between the bars, through the crowds in sleet and snow. Tall buildings, narrow streets. I've come away to spend some seasons in Arcadia, where groves and streams run down to fertile fields on the valley floor, and gods and satyrs still play pipes, here to suspend my weary disbeliefs, indulge in rural dreams, and hope to see those things which now are seen no more. I'm going to skip a couple. She appeals to Diana, goddess of chastity, hunting, running around with other ladies in the woods. She appeals to Diana. Diana, take me up as yours. As pure as at my birth I stand. This girl here, Sylvan Queen, implores admission to your virgin band. I am a girl, although they cried a boy the day that I was born. It's true. Within your woods I will not hide myself. Oh, let me hide with you. Unfortunately, the trying to be chaste did not work out. The muse prompts her to sing of desire. These days, the word desire echoes round me everywhere. Is this how you inspire your daughters, O muse? Deafened, fleeing the sound of tractors, then of birds, I climbed up higher and higher until, alone with the wind in the trees, I sat down to compose an ode to virtue. But even there, desire whispered through the breeze. I never pledged myself a servant to you, Venus, yet see what trials I endure. Perhaps I stopped to have a drink or two. Thank you. A drink or two. Cheers. Perhaps I stopped to have a drink or two. My thoughts will run to love, and I am sure to see some country girl go walking past with tanned and sandaled feet and hair entwined with blossoms. All the girls around here walk so fast. Last time I saw a vision of this kind, I sat until my flask, like me, was drunk, then wandered off again, singing, purblind and full of longing through the woods where, sunk in dreams, I walked into an apple bough, hard, showering half-ripe fruit on the ground and bringing up a bruise, a lover's mark on my brow. Well then, Venus, all right. I guess I am your poet now. Get that one. Nothing happens. Because you're in the fucking countryside, man. Nothing happens there, you pig. Nothing happens. Summer, lazy summer, has climbed the sky. Flowers open and honeybees fly, busy breeding. The rabbits have already popped out 2 litters. Now the first is mating 2, through with growing. The warm air, thick with pollen, does not make the fish who frisk in the cool deep lake keen on sleeping. But I hardly even swim. I lie, picking daisies, giving odd sighs and dozing. She is visited by Morpheus. God of sleep, dreams? Dreams. Arduous visions fill my sleeping head. I seem to wander headlong through forests so dark I cannot trust my eyes. Do I dream of you, beloved, I have not seen and would not recognize? Or is that a bush? Those leaves or hair? I turn and follow every sound. Perhaps the owl calls out your unknown name. You're always to be found elsewhere. The shadows shift and yet remain the same. These nights are not much different than my days. I live my dreams. I hardly know whether it's clouds or if it is the sun that's in the sky. I go my ways, crying aloud for love and finding none. She almost courts a shepherdess. Our only music would be the bleating sheep. The stars would be our light. Wow. If you would come with me before we'd sleep, we would outdance the night. And when our hourglass, the sky turned red and the cock began to crow, we'd use the uncut grass to make a bed and lie in the meadow. The morning would attend our waking. Things and times, both night and day, would make our love their end. If I could sing for you to come away. After the harvest, there is no one around. In empty fields, the grapevine bends to my mouth. Its fruit is sweet, but the starlings have left it alone. The clouds, too, have flown away to the south. The empty streams reflect an emptier sky. Even the bees have gone. A solitary drone is crawling along a petal, waiting to die. The hay is gathered up. Somehow I missed the harvest dances. Now the meadows are mown, and gone with the mowers, the girls I never kissed. Got 3 more. She considers praying for persistence. I find I'd somehow like to pray. The goddess would be persistence. My throat is sore with song. Longing has worn me down, and loneliness. Alone I wander out the day along the paths and hills. The hillsides are all steep, and I'm exhausted. All I want is sleep. Goddess, raise up your head beneath the yoke. Surpassing Juno, you are truly cow-eyed. Low me a blessing. Obdurate, let me invoke your aid for my sore feet and wounded pride. Perseverant, give me strength to persevere. I seem to have been walking through Arcadia for years, muddying lucid springs, singing my woes, and tramping through groves where fragrant laurel grows. She resolves to leave Arcadia. Fucking sensible. And now the rains arrive. Unreal Arcadia, goddess, everywhere, turns out more real than I can bear. I tried to feel what you're supposed to feel, but nothing's as my hopes, my curse, had promised. A child of nature and time, I thought, caught up in the sublime, I'd rise with dawn and speak in verse and live on berries and songs, all chaste, in love with beauty. So many mistakes. The ground is hard, my body aches. I am sick of hedgerow fruit. Its taste is sharper than its thorns. My dreams confuse me. Clouds hide the moon at night. By day it's mist. So much for sight. There's nothing here that's more than it seems. Her peroration. A hapless poet, trifling with Eros. I stand, oh, senators and knights, stuttering before you, at a loss, mumbling on about rural delights. A babbling stream, a woodland glade, the radiance of the morning dew. I think my lyre is out of key. Call this a show? If I were you, I'd jeer and lob some fruit at me. And chase me off, fee unpaid. Go home, eat dinner, make love to your maid.